Hi, it's Josh Spinks from JSMX Coaching. We're here at VIP today, doing something a little bit different. I've put on a day that's free of charge for the coaching, and it's more aimed at people that I haven't seen for a very long time. Some I haven't seen since 2016. Some people on this day, perhaps it's not accessible to them usually coaching. So just something that felt nice, felt right. We're going to get a lot of technique into these riders. I've got the bike with me today as well to join in the fun, so let's take you through the day. I know a lot of you have been here before. I spoke to a few of you this morning that said this is all new for you, okay, this track. There's one jump in particular coming down this straight here near the hedgeway, so just over halfway around the lap. That's a gap jump, a double jump, okay? So what I'd really like is, if you know you haven't ridden this track before, the first lap in particular, or first couple of laps, just really roll everything and try and figure out where you are on the track before you even think about some speed. I could make you all find a little bit more speed instantly, okay? But I would sooner give you the techniques of what I've learned over years and years and years that will pave the way for a lot more speed in the future. But I'm going to break down why we have to move the feet, why we have to get on the toes, why we do certain positions, why we stand up in certain places. We're going to work a lot on gripping the bike with the legs, so I'm going to hop on the bike in a second. What we need to focus on is holding the knees where the foot pegs are, not letting them cross forwards, okay? We're going to hold them in this position here. We're going to realise that this bit here can move and should be able to separate nice and freely. Hinge the hips and stick the arse out like that. You get a nice kind of cup shape in the lower back. Now it's amazing, now in that position, out freely I can move there. Do you see that? Nothing better than your first few laps to just slow things down, check the track, check the grip, make sure that you are locking your feet and everything, you feel like you're squeezing the bike, and we're going to say as a rule, when we're standing, the knees can't cross the foot pegs, okay? We just get a few laps. I'll probably go out with you, okay? First lap, so you follow me at a nice steady pace. We roll the double over there. We're standing up a lot. You've got a few things to focus on there already. If you need to have a look down and think, oh, there's a couple of inch gap from my boot to my frame, it's worth slowing it down and making sure you haven't got that. So if you're not tight with your feet and your legs and you give a bit of room, sometimes you might hit a little edge or the bike might stand up, and then you're not hitting the marker there that you hit the last lap. You're probably another metre over this way or running off the track that way. This is where we need to start getting tighter with the feet, yeah? We will only find a lot of speed when we know how to slow down. Some of you will pick one brake that you really like and you'll just stick with that and you'll forget about the other brake, yeah? So you've got some long straights like that one down the bottom there. If we're only using one brake, you have to shut off early because you can only use that one brake a little bit. As soon as you start putting another brake with it and matching both together and using them nice and gently together, you can shut off so much later and still make the corner nice and smooth. So let's slow it down a little bit and focus on what we said. All right? There should be never a gap between you and the bike. I need to see, even when your leg's out for the corner, look, it's not out there away from the bike. I want to see it touching. I want to see that foot that's still on the foot peg squeezing. I want to see that as a technique, lower half of the body tight. And when you're hitting bumps, have you noticed it's the rear of the bike that feels like it's kicking up and going side to side or up in the air? So it's going to do that if there's no weight there. Look how much I'm hinging at the hips. That's the first thing we said today. Because if I don't do that and I'm really stiff here, that can all be set. But if I'm really stiff, this is my position. Can you see how that's not very good for my arms? And then transfer. As your foot comes off, you sit and drop on the throttle. We're going to work a lot on that in the next one. We're going to work on it with the adults, especially this long straight here. We're going to get into fourth gear at least. We're going to carry a lot of speed, and then we're going to work quite quickly. We're going to go off the throttle. As soon as the throttle's just dipped off, the gear should be done instantly. As soon as you've tapped the gear, you should be on the brakes. And if we can do these things in a quicker order and the correct order, we can shut off later and still make the corner at the correct speed.
Like him, how he teaches, and like how he wants you to get more speed.
Keep your legs tight, gripping the bike, arms up, and it's best to power when you sat down.
Learned way more than I thought I did, considering I had a lot of time off the bike. Lots of body position to do with my feet. Yeah. Like having so much time off, just getting comfortable, putting my toes more into the peg, and keeping my knees in the same place. During like different techniques and stuff, and hands as well. The bike more. Yeah, just getting the feeling. That's what he kept saying today.
Right, what a day then. So enjoyable. We had a lot of fresh faces today, different experience levels as well, some novice, some expert. And that's kind of how I base my coaching with JSMX. I've got a lot of variety. I was here with a 61-year-old rider the other day. He was perfecting his technique and riding really well. And then I have my academy, the cadets, the younger ones, and then the older ones that do the national level stuff, a lot of them. So that's what I really like with my coaching, just the variety. It was nice to allow people that's probably never had coaching before join the session today and take some bits from it. And I just want to thank VIP for letting us use the track. It's been great conditions today. Did a few laps myself as well, joined in the fun. So if coaching's of interest to you, reach out to me on social media, and hopefully we'll catch up soon.